Alright. How's it going, guys? How we doing out there? Happy Wednesday. Happy Cheap Taco Day for me. Happy Hump Day for the rest of you guys. How you doing out there? What's new? So here we are, midweek. Still plugging away. Pretty much, I hate to say this, pretty much where I left it on Monday. I got completely distracted with a bunch of other stuff. So, unfortunately, I did not get to play with the old prototype since the last broadcast, but I'm going to change that today. Hopefully make a bunch more headway. I had a few thoughts on why things were doing what they're doing, so I want to look into that. So, basically, the game plan here is to jump in and figure out some new shooting mechanics and that kind of stuff. So, how you guys doing? I'll get to this in a little while if you guys notice. The date changed. Yeah, I know. I'll talk about it later. It's a server thing. The game's still solid, but anyways, yeah, I'll talk about it later when a few more faces show up. But in the meantime, I think I will just jump in and start playing with this. Let me get the old joystick out. All right, I need like a holder right here that's like out of the way when I need it, but then like right there in reach when I do. All right, so when we left off, all right, I had this kind of stuff going, right? All right, that's all good. So a few things that are going wrong is, of course, yeah, like that. And I think what's happening there is because I'm not purging out the old Dewtweens and they're hanging around doing that endless loop. So as a result, it's sort of screwing stuff up, right? And if you remember, I did the little trick where I said, okay, fine. Kill all, and I think what I forgot is kill all is not just for itself, but for any tween that's out there. So I gotta go back and start doing some naming again. Come back to that. Actually, I think it is in here, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is here. So it's enabled there. Bounce up. Okay. I was looking for jump, and it's actually bounce. String ID equals bounce. So here's what I'm going to do. Create a string. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, because the name's going to be the same. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll just call it string shot name. Start off as nothing. You know what? I don't need that because I'm gonna fill it with some info right away. So, oops. Let me change that to a capital N. There he goes. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is create a random name for this guy. Shot name is equal to random range. Say 0 to 1,000,000. So that way it'll never, well, not never, but 1 in a million chance of it ever repeating. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So there's a million different potential things there. To string. There. Okay, so by giving it a random name, that way I can do, because right now I have a thing where it's just, I think what I'd call it, shot or bullet or something. What did I call it? Bounce. Okay. So instead, if we just change this to the name, shot name. There. So now I can kill just these specifically and not worry about that nuking the other ones, right? So that's where I went wrong before. So now if we come back here, so we don't want kill all, we want kill, and then we do shot name. There. So that should, once it goes into the disable mode, that should purge it out, the do-tweens. And I'm hoping that when it fires, it resets its value. So we're going to find out. It must, because there's a translate on X, so it has to do a reset. So if my theory's right, let me make this big. Alright. So that's one thing I want to address. Oh, I still got the disappearing thing going on there. And I'm assuming that has to, yeah, like right there, right? You see it vanish on me? The only thing that can make it vanish, in theory, is on touch. So I'll have to do some digging around to figure out what's triggering that. Why sometimes they do turn off. I was thinking it might have been the particle just timing out or something like that, but I did a search earlier, and the object in the collider still is actually turned off. So I got that, and also one of the things I want to change, this is one of the things I wish Corgi had, was the ability to sort of introduce a variable offset, right? So right now the firing just happens, you know, exactly the same amount of time, right? I think it's a 1/1000, you know, I think it's a 1 second space, right? So always 1 second. And I want to have some kind of randomness added to that. So I may have to modify the script myself just to see if I can introduce some offset there. Because right now you see it, you get that perfect pattern, which just looks completely wrong in my opinion. So let me also, I want to extend that raycast so I can make sure that it's picking up on it right away. Because right now she has to kind of like walk up closer before it triggers it, and I want that to just happen like ASAP. Shoot distance 50. Let's see if that works for us here. Yeah. So I'm way over here, and she's still firing. Good. All right. So I should be able to see the raycast now. Yeah. Yeah. There's that beast. Check it out. Boom. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, I can knock that by half, can't I? Pretty much by half, and still be able to reach edge to edge. So let me try that. Alright, I'm going to let her walk all the way to the edge here, and boom. Oh, not quite. Alright, let me pump that back up to like 30. So I just want to make sure that the character touches the wall and flips back, it can still reach the far side, so there's not a gap there. Yeah. Alright, so then here's a question. What happens if there's an actual barrier there? I'm curious. If the raycast, let's see, if it gets blocked by it or not. So I'm going to find that out right now. Let's see. Walking talking. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How's life in your part of the world, buddy? How you doing, man? Just about getting ready for bed? I'm just getting warmed up. What's new, man? What's new? Just plugging away. Let's see. Alright, so, okay, got that. Oops. Stop. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do is find out if I create a wall here. Like that. Alright. Now, does the raycast go through it, and does it just shoot into the wall? Yeah, it does. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? It would be nice if the raycast were intelligent enough to be broken by the wall. Shoot on sight. Target mask layer. Platform. Okay, that's... I don't know if that actually makes it fire. Let me see. Another special all. What about you? How long do you think it will take to finish compared to Volley Village? Well, that's a changing question, actually. If you look above there, I have some kind of bummer news. My Volley Village date changed. So that's bad news. Yeah, I was kind of teasing it earlier. The game is still solid. The game is still solid, but I had issues on the server side, right? And just to sort of like do a quick wrap up of it, if you remember, I talked about before there was that one issue where like one in every 50, 60, or 70 times there would be that time offset of like 1 second, you know. And I explained how Amazon was just, you know, because it was virtual servers, whatever. Every rare case, right, there would be that offset, and it would just kind of muck the game up, right? So the plan, as I talked about. Hey, Kurt999 is following. Kurt, man, thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate that, man. Welcome. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. So when I was here on Monday, I was talking about the fact that I successfully transferred everything over to Microsoft Azure. That's so hard to say correctly. Azure. Yeah, if I do it Spanish, it's easier to say Azure, right? So Microsoft Blue. Can I just call it that? I mean, it's Azure's Spanish for blue, right? So Microsoft Blue. So I transferred everything from Amazon AWS over to Microsoft Azure, right? And I got it all set up. And that's what I was talking about on Monday. And then Monday night, I did the stress test, right? Plowed through it, did a bunch of tests, I kept doing random matches, right? And I did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 matches, and not once did that bug, that 1 second offset bug, rear its ugly face. So it was like, you know, congratulations. And then I made it to 75, and it did it again. So the bug was still there, right? So that kind of just killed the ability for me to blame Amazon, because that was still there. And what I've come to find out, and must be the case, is that it's a shortcoming of my TShareNet TNet plugin that I'm using. So, you know, and I mean, because I'm not using TNet properly, I'm kind of doing it in a bastardized way. I mean, it's a long story, hard to explain, but so I could point it out to him that this is glitching, but it's just going to be an issue where he's going to say that I'm using it wrong, and he's kind of right. So, long story short, is I had to come up with my own method, and that's what I've been working on. So, oh, sorry, I'm catching up here. I'm just prattling away here. I just pre-ordered Volley Village. I think maybe it delayed in EU App Store. No, it delayed everywhere. Right now it says the 22nd, but it's going to get pushed further. So it's so let me finish the thought here. Oh, OB Scripter, by the way, welcome, buddy. Sorry, didn't mean to neglect you there. I'm just pointing out the fact that if you look at the date here, I've bumped it. The game is still fine, but it's the server stuff, right? So that 1 second bug came back up again. So the good news is I found a workaround. So my workaround was I wrote a PHP script, right? Attached it to the server, and the PHP script, all it does is it gives me a server time, right? From cheering. OP Scripture gave me some cheer. Thank you. Yeah, that was, on Monday. Thanks for that again, by the way. All good. So the PHP script. So I added a PHP script, right, that returns the server time, right? So then what I'm doing now is, rather than using TShareNet server time, right, which is glitching on me in rare cases, but when it does glitch, it ruins the game. So what I'm doing now is I'm finding the offset of my server time, right? And then that way I'm able to just use the local time minus the start, right? And then I can just apply the server time plus the time since that point using the local time. And anyways, the point is that it's now accurate within like 2/100ths of a second, right? So the fantastic news is that I did find it. It is working nicely. It's all good. I had to plug it back into the code, right, and make some adjustments to work with the variable that I'm using, right? So that's the situation. Oh yeah, he's explaining. Yeah, so he did bits. Yeah, exactly. Which, once again, thanks, man. So the good news is I have it in hand, right? So, but here's the catch. I could still try and push for a Friday release, but the caveat is that I'm at the mercy of Apple, right? So, you know, I could submit the build right now, right? But then I have to hope that Apple reviews it and approves it, right? With enough time for me to actually launch it on Friday. So then my decision was, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet and just play it safe, and I'll delay it by 1 week, right? And that's what I originally did. If you look at the date in the Apple Store, if it is probably still the same. Let me check that. Simplest way to get here is go this way. Pre-order for iOS. Yeah, so it's showing a expected launch date of 22nd, right? Which is a week from Friday. That was my initial assessment, right? And that's what I said. But then I started thinking it through. There's one problem. So this buys me an additional week of banging on virtual doors of influencers and reviewers to talk about the game. But there's one problem with pushing this game to next Friday. Do you get anyone want to guess what that is? It's this. Let me see here. What's next week? Game Developer Conference. Game Developer Conference goes on all next week, which means that all the journalists, all the influencers, basically everyone is going to be completely wrapped up with the Game Developer Conference, right? If they're not there in person, then all their attention is going to be devoted to GDC. So, launching my game on the 22nd, which you see is right there, the closing day, not necessarily the brightest move, because I can sit there and tell everyone, hey guys, do you want to talk about my game? And they're like, I'm in San Francisco. I'll think about it when I get back. So, it seemed like a cool kind of cryptocurrency. Yeah, they're pretty cool. So that's the situation. So now at this point, that's why you see the new date, right? I've pushed it to the 29th, which is 2 weeks from Friday, right? So that gives me plenty of time to keep beating the drum, right? And try and get more influencers and reviewers to talk about it, any of them, to talk about the game before release, right? I would love to have a couple quotes to put on the launch page. But, you know, so just trying to avoid fighting GDC next week. So that's why I reluctantly pushed it initially 1 week and then pushed it a second week. So unfortunately, that is why that number went up for the release date instead of going back down. So that's why we are now no longer 2 days away, but now, unfortunately, 16 days away. So that's the sob story. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's still available. As you just said, Walkie Talkie, you're able to set it up for pre-order. And I do appreciate that, man. But it will be a global launch. I'm going to be releasing it probably Thursday night at midnight, my time, here, Pacific Standard Time, right? So that's still going to be Friday for you, I think, as well, on the other side. Understandable, you'd push release date. Yeah. Trying to fight with GDC, man. Not unless you're EA. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was the reluctant choice there. But yeah, so that's the latest. But that allows me to keep working on this, and also when I'm not doing the stream, I'll start bugging some influencers and reviewers and hopefully get some early buzz on the game. So back to this. What I'm trying to do now is, yeah, okay, that is right. So the mask unfortunately does the opposite I want it to do. Let's see. Got her selected. Shoot on sight. All right. So I'm going to turn off platforms. All right. So what I was trying to do here is I'm using the shoot on sight script, but the catch is that it's shooting through the walls, and I'm not really crazy about that. I mean, I wish the walls would obstruct the raycast. Right? And unfortunately, there's no choice for obstruction. Yeah, there's nothing that I see in the script here to allow me to do that. All right, so let me check if there's some way I can tweak that. Let's see. Kill that. Okay, so what I'm going to look for here is Unity. All right, so what I'm looking for is raycasting to occlude obscured objects. Rays from the camera. All right. Let's see if I can find a good example here. So your rays casting. Complicated words. Occluding. Occlusion. Yeah. Just fancy way of saying it blocks the crap, you know? There you go. I'm looking for a way to make this wall block the ray, right? So we got the ray cast. So this is what the situation is, right? So now, watch. She's gonna fire at me, right? Because that ray cast is going through there and hitting me. Well, that's great, except for the fact that it's like, wait, how do you know that I'm there? You know? There's a wall there. So that's kind of stupid. So what I gotta try and do is find a way to block that raycast. I mean, I could do something crazy and have a second raycast that casts to the wall and finds out a distance. Let's see. That's not a terrible idea. I mean, it's another raycast, but at least that's an option. And that would dynamically change the shoot distance value, right? So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to... If I do that, does it actually diminish it? Oh, it does. Nice. Andrew, well, a raycast makes a list of all the things it hits. So if it hits a wall before... Oh! Bingo! See what happens when you actually have a programmer working on a game? He can just sit there and go, why? Okay, sweet. So, in that case, let me go into my, Corgi's shooter script. And then, then we'll say, good. So then I'm going to turn that back on. Oh, wait. But, shoot on sight. So that is the right one. Okay, no, but okay. So that's the things it hits, right? So that's good. I mean, and that's fine. Let me clarify. So that's okay, but what I want is, let's see. Well, but the target mask platforms. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm gonna add the platform and the player, right? And then now I'm gonna look for that mask. And here you go. I'll help you out. Thanks for the reminder. OP Scripter. Thanks, man. There you go. Have fun. Fly around. Oh, you're all in corner. Look at that, man. You guys are all bunched. I gotta fix that. There you go. Boom. Nice. All right. Okay, so if I can come up with that list. I missed you. I was sparing you. I'm doing teacher's pet favorite stuff, right? Okay. So here's what I need to do is find out calculated. There you go. Okay. So let's check this out. So if I look at target layer mask, right? All right. So then in theory, okay, no. Shoot on sight. So start. What do we got? Raycast. Character shoot. Excuse me. All right. Good. Character shoot. Okay, so this is where I need to figure that out. So if it's not the wall, the platform, right? So, crap. So if it target, let's see. If target layer mask, excuse me. Character. So the, okay. So, wait. I thought that's actually where it's triggering the shooting, right? Shoot stop. Oh no, that's shoot stop. Okay. Check for the player and try and kill it. Okay, so it is this one. Oh, here it is. It's down here. Okay, I'm digging in the wrong place. Okay. We hit something. We shoot. Alright, so then if we raycast, if you do, does it affect your code, or does it mean you can type whatever you want? Oh, it means you can type whatever you want, right? It remarks it out, right, with the double line, right? So the double line, you can sit there, and then I do that a lot when I have code that I need to, like, at least temporarily knock out. So, like, for example, like this, right? But I'm probably going to come back to it, or I'm going to see if there's a better way to do it, and if not, I'll come back to it, and then just by removing that, it brings it back active again. The other thing you can do is also you can block out chunks of code. So if you do /* and then //, then it'll knock out like all the code in between. So the joke is programmers are always lazy, so that's why it's just, you know, a double slash, because we just want to tap it twice, right? You know, that helped me understand so much. Why does nobody tell me this in the tutorials? Well, and that's also like if you do like a int temp val is equal to 1, and then, you know, it's the thing, if you it's usually one of the first things they explain. That's true. Yeah. So they always joke that programmers are lazy. So if you want to do traditionally, you go temp val is equal to temp val plus 1, right? So that's how you increment the value, right? But then we're lazy, so they introduced the concept of plus plus there. So this and this are the same thing, right? This is just the lazy man way, which I love that, because we are incredibly lazy creatures, aren't we? I mean, I am a programmer myself, but you know what I mean. All right. Or Windows, I can press Control* to comment out highlighted sections. Really? Control*. Really? Okay, that's not doing it for me. I'm in Visual Studio, or is there something else? Nope. I know I can do Control K, or wait, Control K. Oh crap! Now see, I've forgotten it. Now I'm thinking about it. Now I can't do it. There it is. Control KC and then Control KU to do like sections, remarked and unremarked. Being lazy encourages us to be more efficient. Seen so many tutorials. Maybe I just missed because I skipped the first few minutes. The best parts, right? Maybe just the IDE. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So AP Scripter, what are you actually using for yours? I was using before this. I was using Monoscript, and then before that, Unisite. I was always behind the times, man. Whatever the other cool Unity developers are using for their editor, I was always using the one before that, right? And I would get so much grief. Every time you do the Control*, you flip my house upside down. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right. Adam IO, no real reason why. Well, I mean, the reason why is you're comfortable, right? I mean, absolutely. If it does everything you need and there's no benefit from switching over to Visual Studio, then absolutely, man. Go with what works, for sure. All right. So then, how do I get the layer? This is all new to me. Raycast is the stuff you hit. Right, exactly. Thank you, Andrew. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to say if the raycast, the thing we hit, right? I just have to do it like that. So that contains the name. So if I say equal to target layer mask, and now I'm guessing it's a layer name, right? Or is it okay. Oh, so then it's just a numeric value? No, it's a field. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is say if the raycast is equal to the platform, right? Is raycast a thing you made, or is that already in the coding thing? Oh, that's very much in the coding thing. That was that line that you saw, that yellow line that you saw sticking out. That's a raycast, right? And that just allows you to detect something. It's sort of like a laser, right? That will hit something and give you information. Hold on. What is the type of raycast? That's a great question. Raycast origin. It is a raycast hit 2D. Raycast hit 2D. So, I can Google it. Alright. Raycast hit 2D. Name of layer. Alright. Layer mask. Collider hit. Oh, is it collider? Those are called operators. You can Google them. Okay. Let's see. Hit equals, okay, hit. So hit, oh, the collider. Oh, got it. So okay, now I'm, okay, got it. So if I get this, do I have collider on here? Oh, sweet. Okay, now I'm in happy range. So the collider, game object, name. Let me just try that, see what it gives me. Debug. Whoa, can't type. There. It's probably a more efficient way to do that, but at least I'll get the name for sure. And if I can call it by name, then it'll be golden. So it should fire right away when it hits the wall there. Tile map. Sweet. Layer. Yeah, so, but the problem with the layer, though, is it's a numeric value, right? So if I turn stuff on and off, the layers get resorted, right? And then you're looking at the wrong layer. I think I had that before. It seems like I was switching stuff around. And so it's scary because if you identify it with a specific layer and you reorder stuff, then you're completely off base. So now we go. Yeah, tile map. So now we say if the raycast hit is not equal to tile map, then fire, you fools. Wait. Go away. Done. Okay, good. So now it should be able to detect both the wall and the player, but not actually shoot it. Only shoot at me when it has the chance. Right. So, yeah, because now the wall's blocking it. Sweet. So then, if I come here, there it is. Now she fires. Perfect. Check it out, man. That works exactly right. Andrew, thanks for the help, buddy. That was perfect, man. Check it out. So, oh, and I can't get out. I'm so stuck. Oh, wait, I can hop off of her. There he goes. So now, oh, crap. Wait, why is she still firing now? What is up with that? You should not be firing. What for you fire? What is up with that? Okay, it worked at first, and then as soon as I triggered it, oh, wait, because it made a list? The way I use it is I have an array that gets populated, and I checked if the first element of the player's wall because the are in order. Oh, interesting. So it's not updating once it's triggered. Yeah, it does seem like the case, doesn't it? And the layer mask is used to filter what gets put in the array. Right, exactly. Okay, so now the question, let's see. Shoot start, right. So, and then it's if raycast. So that's strange. It's like it didn't actually stop firing. So it's like the raycast never gets purged, right? Because it's always seeing something. How about this? There. It should never start, right? Like that. Do some testing, put print raycast transform name. Oh, I could do it like that? I was doing like fetch the collider game object. That's so much cleaner. If that works, I'm going to use that anyways. Wait, or does that give you just the name of the transform raycast? I'm a little confused about that. I'll try it. Transform name. So that's going to give me the name of the object it's striking, correct? Kind of like I was doing here, right? Just in a more bloated way, where it's going off the collider to the game object, to the name of the transform is the transform of the game object. No, but I'm asking, is it the game object of the raycast, or is it the game object of the item that the raycast is striking? That's what I was trying to ask, but either way. All right. All right, I'll put that back in there. All the game object that's getting hit. Got it. Okay. So then it seems like it should be an array then, doesn't it? Not just a single. So now she's firing at me. Ah! Let's go. There. Sweet. Okay, so that actually addressed it. By putting it and never turning the shooting on if it's... so for whatever reason, letting this come down here, right? And doing the check versus just putting it back up here to check for the tile map. Then it keeps it working correctly. So, we're good. Oh, turn off. Control, come on, buddy. What do you not understand about Control S? Thank you. There. Bingo. Alright, I'll give it one more try, but I think we're golden now. Whoa, it hates something. Alright. Good. Now you're gonna fire like crazy. Yep. Like so. Oh, come on, you jerk. But let me just go to the other side. There. That works too. You should watch a few more programming tutorials. Yeah, Udemy has some pretty good ones. Unity website also, the built-in Unity tutorials are really good. So, yeah, I think I'm awesome now. So, you see that it only gets one shot at me, right? And then just nothing. Cool. The New Boston? Is that the one that also does tutorials? Let me check them out. Oh, sweet. Oh, okay, so this is like true programming. This isn't just like coding in Unity. That's like honest to God real stuff. I'll stick with the Lazy Man game engine stuff. How about that? So another thing I'm seeing here too, or should I say not seeing, is I'm not seeing any of the oh shoot, I was about to say I didn't see the shots disappear, and then one just disappeared right there. Crap! So it's still doing that. So I fixed one thing, but this thing's still bugging me. I have no idea what it triggers. I'm going to have to look at the Untouch script, I think. He taught me Java in high school. Oh, wow. That's cool. All right. So we got that worked out. Thanks to Andrew's fantastic help, I got that working beautifully. So the next thing I got to figure out is why those shots are disappearing on me sometimes, not always. Well, not IRL, just that when I watch his videos. Oh, gotcha. Got it. I thought he's like your high school teacher or something like that, and just went on and started doing the stuff. But yeah, you could have laid claim to it. I wouldn't have known the difference. All right. So yeah. So I'm going to take that because that's good. I'm going to nuke that. We know that's fine. Cool. Okay. So next thing I want to play with is try and figure out why those shots are disappearing on me sometimes. Oops. So let me come back. Oh, compiling. There he goes. That's one of those little freak out things. I can clear it. Okay. So it's not actually a code error on my part. Okay, so damage on touch for the actual shot. So test weapon projectile, which is mine. Yeah, there it is. So damage on touch. Let's see, I'm assuming it's a on collision or on collide. Yeah. What's triggering? Okay. Trigger state. Trigger enter. Yeah, unfortunately I don't... it's gonna get a little convoluted because I don't have a clean way of delineating the individual shots, but I'll just try and tough it out and see if I can figure out. Collider hit. Stop forgetting how to type. Okay. Alright, so I'm hoping, if this is the case, when the shots are bouncing along, right, and then sometimes they just kind of disappear on their own, I'm hoping that is a situation where it's a trigger enter, right? Or, let's see. Oh, but that's cool. Okay. Trigger hit. I'll do it that way. And I say return. I don't know. We do nothing. If it's what we're calling isn't part of the target list, we do nothing in exit. Otherwise, we hit something that's worthwhile. If we're colliding with is damageable. Okay. Can't be damaged. Got it. Collider hit. Good. So that should be hopefully enough to help us get a name on what's going on here. Come on. There it goes. Oh, shoot. I put a tile, like, right on her head. Whoops. That's one way to keep her frozen. Okay. So now she's going to do a bunch of shots here. Oh, wow. Just disappeared, too. Oh, there. Okay, so wait. That was an example. All right, I have to do this keyboard because I can't pause it fast enough if I'm doing the joystick. So, tell you what, I'll put her. See if I can change her direction. A walk. Control. Stop distance, view distance. Oh, come on. I know this got to be starting left or right. I just got to find out where it is in this thing. Character. Initial facing direction. Left. Got it. Okay. So I'll put her over there, and that'll buy me a little more time. Like so. And it's Control P, right? Oh, that's... No. It's Control Shift P? Or Alt P? Yeah. Control Shift P to pause. So many keys I gotta try and hit here. There it was. That one disappeared. Crap. Trigger hit. Test weapon projectile. Wait. It's like it hit itself? Interesting. What is up with that? 0, 1. Alright, so they're not even close to each other. They're... Oh, crap. Yeah, that one disappeared. Three, okay. Ah. So, oh, man. Alright, stepping through it, hopefully, just hoping I can get it to trigger. Because I have no idea why it's, like, disappearing. Huh. Alright, so... in that case, it looked like it hit itself. Okay, so... weird. Ah, that's just frustrating. Andrew, you can offer any thoughts if you have any, but... so it's not... At first, I was hoping it was just a particle effect, right? That was having a lifespan and was timing out. But, I mean, as you can see, the shots sometimes disappear. And, tell you what. Oh, let me do it this way. Let me just do, like, one at a time. Right? I'll limit the shots to one. So that way I can see whatever pops up down below I know is attributable to that character. That would make sense, right? Stoppable. Shoot on sight. Distance. And weapon. Oh, crap. It must be in the weapon? Well, the projectiles probably have their own scripts that control when they are destroyed. Well, and they only get destroyed in theory, or they're pooled, right? So they only deactivate. They don't actually get destroyed. They just go back into the pool. But in theory, the only reason they should do that is when they strike an object, right? There's nothing in the particles that I can see that has a lifetime, lifespan set to it. Let me do this first. Let me set the count. Pool size. We'll make it 1. There. Alright, so I can clear that. Ah, I'm trying to clear that. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to clear it that time. Come on. There it went. Yeah, so look at that. So it's this trigger hit. So it's indicating that it's colliding with itself. Right? So, I mean, these are all the collider hits. So, yeah, I mean, unless I messed something up and I put 2 triggers on there. No. That's right. Never mind. Yeah. No, actually I found out correctly. So it is a situation. So this is where that one collider shot is just pegging me a bunch of times, right? And then it knocks itself out. Trigger hit enemy. Yeah, so it's considering the shot an enemy. So what I need to do is try and figure out if it's itself, right? Do it this way. Do it. All right, do it this way. So I say if collider transform is equal to transform, right? If the collider transform is equal to transform, that means we struck ourselves. That seems logical, right? So we'll see if that's the case. Which I'm not sure how that could even happen, right? How a trigger could, unless it's because I'm dinking with the settings. No, that doesn't. No, it's not the case, or it just doesn't realize it's itself. But all right, come out of the prefab here. All right. Okay, let's try it another way. Equals transform name. Collider, I do it this way. I think both work, but just this way I'm doing apples to apples. All right. Stop the pause. Thank you. All right. So that's, unless the trigger that I'm seeing there is her, right? She's launching it on herself, which could be the case. Maybe I just need to push it further off of her, right? So it doesn't register on herself. But in theory, I thought there was something in here that prevented it from hitting herself anyways. Owner. I thought there was like an owner. Projectile. Right. Image on touch. Nope. Okay. I know it's around here somewhere. I remember seeing that before. Okay. Let me come back to here. I'm gonna say game object hit that. So now we're just going to get it spoon fed to us. Now it's going to tell us this object hit this object. Can't get it much clearer than that. But then it's never firing. Or did it? Wait, I'm missing it. Hold on. There it was. There it is. That's exactly right. So the weapon, although that doesn't explain why it was like in the middle of the air, why that was getting triggered. Trigger. Hit. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Get rid of that one. Getting too much crap. Just do it this way. Knock all this out, except for you. There. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. Because it's bugging me now. Yeah, so it is enemy triggering that. Right, let me get over here, clear all this. Crap. I'm trying to do 3 things at once and failing all of them. Alright, clear. There. Good. And of course he never disappears now. Now it's working like it should. Just to spite me. Alright, clear. There. Come on. Really? Now they won't disappear when I want them to. Wait, did that one do it? Hit tile map. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, let's see. That might be... It's just keying off of hitting her. Okay, so then let's just go ahead and take that shot and push it further off. And that way we know we'll be fine, right? So I'll push it way far just to make sure. Play it safe. So the enemy won't actually hit herself with their own shots anymore. Guess it'll be in the weapon itself. For the offset. I think, unfortunately, this is like a world shift, which doesn't help, because I want that to flip depending on the direction. So that flips the character, but I'll try it. So I'm going to just put it to extreme, like 2. Wow, and it's still acting like it's hitting it. You see that, right? Oh, no, that's her just trying to fire. Take it back, because I only have 1 shot in play, don't I? So let me switch the pool back up to 20. So I'm thinking that that's registering a hit. In fact, that's her just trying to fire, but I've rated her magazine, so she only has 1 shot to fire, so... I think that's in the weapon. Crap, it's so hard to keep track of all these things. Yeah, here it is. So, 20. Good. So, and it's never, I think that's what was happening. So, oh, but see, now that's what I'm talking about. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. So the offset works, but it's a world position, right? I want an offset that follows her direction. What is up with that? Ugh. Okay, so then It's not there. No, it was in the weapon, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's no good. Time between. So it has to be some kind of offset of where the weapon is parented to the character. I'm just not seeing that anywhere. In only player, let's see. Oh, that's it. Okay, so test weapon, prefab. Right. Sorry, I want the projectile. So layer mask. So yeah, what's up with that? So damage on touch. The only thing it should be acknowledging is platforms and players. Right? So why is it like blowing up? Riddle me that, Batman. That makes no sense. So it's only supposed to detect the players and the platforms, right? Set projectiles. You know what? Fine, let's do it this way. What if we do it this way? No, I was gonna say I could turn off collisions for projectiles and enemies, but that means then they're always going to be impervious, so an enemy can never shoot another enemy, and I don't want to do that. So I gotta find an offset for this stupid thing. That's annoying. Character handle weapon. Origin offset. Okay. Here we go. Raycast origin offset. No, that's just the stupid Raycast. That's not where the weapon is. Come on. Ah. Alright. This is kind of pissing me off. All I want to do is have an offset, right? And there's nothing in here. The only offset is a global position offset, right? Which is useless. That is completely freaking useless. The flip value doesn't have an effect. It only... well, it should. Wait a second. The flip value should switch it over, right? What is up with that? So if I do like 10, that should be like put it way the heck over. The projectiles aren't synchronized. Well, they're synchronized in the sense that the reload time is 1 second. So they're synchronized in the fact that they're firing at a rhythmic pace. But I'm not sure if there's what you need aside from that, unless you're referencing that. But no, just what I'm talking about is like all I want to do is change the pivot point of where the weapon is fired, right? So by putting this out at 10, it should be like way like out here, right? And then when she turns around, right, the flip value, boom, it should be on the other side, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the weapon point flip when she turns around. And this pretty much, 10's excessive. I'll do 5. Or it's because I didn't switch her sides. Maybe that was my fault. Hold on. Oh! That was totally on me. I'm trying to understand why she's not firing that direction, thinking it's collisions, and it's the fact that I'm not on that side of her. I'm the idiot. That's me. That was me. That was pure me. I'm sorry. Tantrum over. That was all my fault. Crud. Okay, so that's good. That's still kind of far away. So that's 0.25. So I need it far enough that it doesn't strike herself. Yeah. Good. And then the other thing oh, see, that one disappeared again, though. Why the hell is it disappearing? There's no reason for it to disappear.
We almost got him. Look, we almost got him. He's going down.
Alright, let me put her back at center so I can see
He's almost halfway there.
the walls. Okay.
Hold on. Oh, you're kidding me. What? What? Oh.
Yeah, see that one? It's like right there.
He was cheesing me. Turn it off.
And see, it just disappeared. And it's hitting the Penny 2.0, which it should not do. That's an enemy. This is just buggy, man. I'm sorry. This is just freaking buggy. It's striking it, and it's saying it's in a layer mask, which is not. Damage on touch, collider. Colliding. So it should return. It should be ignored objects contains. Why would it not be in that ignored? Ignored in essence should be everything else, right? Yeah, right here. It's like the list isn't getting filled. Prefab. It is in projectile. It's designed to be a projectile. Alright, you know what? Screw it. What happens if I do it this way then? If I gotta go old school. Let's just go let's go projectile enemy. So let's find one or the other. Enemy. So there's enemy, projectile. Okay, projectile, enemy are now disabled, right? So she should never be able to shoot herself anymore. And if she does, I'm pissed. No, there it is. It did it again. Why did it say it hit tile map? Huh. How could it... No, that was... No. That's not the right one, is it? Alright, so there's a bunch of me. There one... Okay, there's one that disappeared. Is the collider, the projectile, big? No, it's actually quite small. Yeah, it's... Oh, his collider box already got turned off, but, oh, no, actually, I'm not seeing the collider box. There it is. Yeah, so it's, you see it's really small. So, but it's saying it hit the tile map, which it was up in the air. How could it be hitting the tile map if it's up in the air? You know, unless there's like some mystery piece of tile up here somewhere. Let me just go ahead and make sure. There. So there's nothing up there. It's not like there's some mystery tile floating around there. You can make when it, let's see. I know you can make it when it collides. You can pause the game so you can see where it happens in ScriptBot. Okay. Let's see. Well, I don't see it happening now. So, maybe that was it. Maybe I just had a tile. Nope, there it is. It's still doing it again. Well, I mean, yeah, I can pause it, but that still doesn't change. Right there. See, I mean, that's not right. That's completely wrong. It says test weapon projectile 0 hit Penny Pixel 2.0, which is the villain, right? It's this the villain character here, right? Oh, no, sorry. No, that is me. crap. Okay, that's my mistake. I take that back. It's so much fun. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a prototype that I'm gonna come back to probably after this one. But yeah, just a simple shooter. But thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. The objective will be like ultimately every planet will have like different robots on it with a nice little quasi-retro kind of feel. The inspiration was an old 1980s arcade game that I played as a kid way too much called Time Pilot. Just kind of refactored into a world, kind of round world scenario. Okay, so it took you 6 tries to reach level 3. The dirty secret is level 3 is all there is. If you would have made it to 4, you actually would have wrapped right back to level 1. But that's good, man, because it is a one-hit, one-kill. I mean, I'm sort of taking the play style of like Crossy Roads, right? So it's, you know, you start off simple and then you unlock content as you go along. But excuse me, once you get hit, boom, you're done. It's all over. I mean, I'll probably introduce something where I have like planets in a galaxy, right? And if you can clear all the planets in the galaxy, then you can progress on to the next galaxy kind of thing. But if you get taken out, then you can spend some coins to stay where you are. Otherwise, it's back to the first planet in that galaxy. So that's going to be the ultimate objective. But later, after I get this beast knocked out. But oh, so I never answered the question from a million years ago. I think it was Waka Talkin', if he's still around. I don't know if he's gone off to bed. But the objective for this one is to have a working prototype done up and running by July, right? Graphics will probably still be gray box. They'll still be just placeholder type graphics. But I want the play mechanics to at least be introduced. And I'm about 2 seconds from just saying, forget it, I'm going to do my own projectiles. Because now I'm kind of getting to that threshold where it's like, I'm using what's there and it's nice, but if it's not doing what I want it to, and I have to spend all my time sort of reverse engineering the scripts and altering the scripts to make it match what I need, it might just be simpler for me just to do my own. At least for the shot stuff, because this is just getting exasperating. Right? I mean, let's see. Unity. Bullets disappear. Missing collision, destroy bullets after lifetime. I need Corgi in there. No, it's just asking how to do it. No one's saying that they're having a similar issue. Not rendering on mobile, don't care. Alright, so don't see anything there. Debug break can pause editor in script. Yeah, but okay. Things like general game mechanics is weird. It's great if it fits the bill. I mean, especially for me. I mean, for you, dude, that totally makes sense because you're Mr. Programmer, right? Which I am not, right? So for me, anytime I can have some code that drops in and works nicely is fantastic, you know. But so yeah, the catch with the debug break is that it's gonna pause every time a bullet hits something, right? Which is not what I want. I only want it when it disappears. So, I mean, I could do this, but it means I'm going to have a metric ton of start and stops. And even then, I'm still not sure what information I'm going to get out of this stupid thing. And let's see, is it even trigger, or is it, yeah, these are triggers, right? Collider box, she's a trigger, okay. And all these, okay, ground is not a trigger. Okay. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to take this bad boy and assume it's actually something with a collision. So if we get... down here. Oh, I do have that. Okay. Alright, so now I should only be getting info. I mean, I could ask, I guess I could add that. Let me try it without, because every shot that gets fired is going to be doing that. Or maybe if I drop the pool back down to just 1 instead of the 20. There. So then I know any info that comes is from this guy. Oh, crap. I just did it. I didn't mean to. Yep. Oh, stop. Disappear. Crap. Now it won't do it. It doesn't want to seem to want to disappear on me. There it goes. So it said it hit the tile map, but there's literally no tile map there. I mean, it disappeared when it's up in the air, right? It disappeared up here, but it's acting like it struck the tile map when there's no tile map up there. What gives? Make sure there's nothing else here, right? No, I have nothing else turned on. So this literally is the only layer, right? If we look here at the collider for it, yeah, so here's the collider. So there's literally nothing up here for it to collide with. All right, fine. I'll put that break in there. Oh, wait. Okay, let me do this. Because it's doing it for everything that hits, which is not what I want either. So, let me get the name of that again. I think it's test. Okay, so if I'll do it this way. How about game object layer? Layer equals, and then what is projectile? It is 12. All right. So then I'm only going to do a break if it's actually the projectile. Whoa. Boy, did I mangle that. How did that happen? Okay, got that back. So if the current game object layer, which means that if we are a projectile, then we pause. So it's going to ignore all the other collisions that occur between my player, the enemy player, and all the other kind of stuff. All right. Alright, don't care. Go. Oh, there it went. Oh, it disappeared. Look at that. It disappeared, but there's no collision report. The plot thickens. Alright, clear that. Yeah. Clear that one. Stop. Oh, crap. So, I think... Clear. There it goes. See? It disappeared, and there was no collision. So it's even something more cryptic. It has nothing to do with collision. Nothing. I don't know why it's disappearing, unless there is some kind of... But, I mean, it's not like it's the particle, right? Because the particle doesn't have the collider on it. And it seems like the particle, even if it does have lifespan on it, which I don't think it does, but even if it did, that's not feeding back into the parent to tell it it's time to turn off. Alright. So there's something here in the projectile that's causing that to happen. OP Scripter, Dustin, how comfortable are you with editing HTML for a live site? None or less. That's way out of my realm, man. I mean, I've done a little PHP stuff, and that's just because I had plenty of stuff to reference to, but no, I haven't really done any kind of coding stuff on HTML at all. I am, Andrew might. Andrew, right above you there. I'm sure he's probably done something with that. But yeah, I'm completely useless, man. Okay, so... Nope. Sorry, man. 0 for 2. I don't do a lot of HTML. My wife actually was doing a bunch of it. She used to, like, script her own web pages from scratch, which is crazy, but she hasn't done it in a while. And she actually has a true day job, so she's off working away. Okay. So. Oops. Enable. Okay, so what I'm looking for. Okay, so on enable. We initiate is death countdown. There is a death countdown. Okay, you want to tell me where that is? Okay, wait. Here you can find initial delay during, right. So there's a death countdown. So when it refires this, the next go around, that death countdown isn't getting updated. No, wait a second. I saw a death countdown a second ago, and now it's telling me I can't find it. Oh, come on! Count down. Really? I saw it a second ago, right? Where it said death countdown. It was on enable. Oh, no, it's in here. Sorry. Alright, so let's go. Sorry, that was in the meta text, not in the item itself. My fault. Go to definition. On enable. Lifetime. Okay, there's lifetime. Now we're getting somewhere. We're talking about a potential scare robot. Oh. It's currently sending 8.5 meg down the pipe, which could be a horrific experience for users on unlimited mobile plan. Valid point. I got a ton of images in there that are PNGs that could be dropped to JPEGs. I'm assuming that's 8.5 for all the different pages as well, not just like the front page, right? But yeah, I've been terrible with that. I have not optimized anything, which is not a terrible thing to do. That would be smart. Really, just the landing page. Holy crap! Really. Really? Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? So this is 8.5. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the background is a JPEG, right? But then some of these things, I'm using a WYSIWYG editor, and I think some of these things are getting rendered out as PNGs because they have the transparency, and I think they're probably just getting beastly in size. JavaScript and CSS aren't being compressed for one thing. Okay. But, well, I'm assuming it's not the code so much as it's just all my images, right? For example, like these guys, unfortunately the way it works is that there's no way to have like a JPEG thumbnail that loads the image. So this higher quality PNG is actually scaled down to here, right? And it's just the web editor that I'm using doesn't have a way to separate that. So whatever image is here, when you click on it, is what you see here, right? I would love to have just I mean, this alone, these guys right here, I'm sure are maybe half of that, you know, if not more, for just these guys. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 of them, right? And if there are 100, let's see, easy, maybe like 300K, probably more than that, probably like half a meg. Let's see. Inspect. Oops. Yeah, it just went to the mobile version. Crap. Yeah. Check the network tab. Yeah, unfortunately, it's now because I'm the size. I think it's going to. There it goes. If the size shrinks down, it defaults back to the mobile. Oh, okay. Here you go. So stats, size. So can I sort by size? I can. You gonna tell me what the size is? From memory cache. Well, that's the plus size. I guess it caches once, but. So that's nice. Size. It's just telling me it's from the cache. Click disable cache. Okay. Where's disable cache? Is there any way in Chrome to just quickly... Oh, got it. Found it. Thank you. Alright, so reload. No, it still did a couple of them from cache. Oh, wow, the JavaScript. Okay, oh, that's just, oh, yeah. Interesting. So, 458K. Slideshow. Yeah. I still think the culprit are these big images that are getting, yeah, Control F5, yeah. Well, I mean, it was doing it for the most part. It was just a couple of these images that are still pulling in from the memory cache. So, no, you're right. I guess it is the JavaScript that's doing that. Unfortunately, because I'm using that editing tool, I'm not going to be able to really do much in terms of changing that, because that's way beyond my skill set. Oh, interesting. That's the YouTube. Huh. So that's just the YouTube code? That's that much? That seems kind of nutty. Oh, gotcha. So it's just for that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's beefy. That's totally beefy. I will have to revisit that. But, okay. I'll, yeah, once I come back and do an update to the webpage, I'll definitely do some tinkering and find out how I can lower that number for sure. But yeah, that is beefy. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you giving me the heads up on that for sure. All right, so here's lifetime. So, oh, that was it too. Yeah, invoke destroy in that lifetime. So where's lifetime? So it is there, right? Poolable objects. So in theory, it should be projectile. Oh, there it is, lifetime. So it's 5 seconds. Okay, I missed that. So if I do -1 or just nothing? No, 0. If it's 0, does that mean it goes on for forever? Oh, okay, so it's greater than 0. Good. So if it's 0, then it goes on for forever. So, good. Crap. I wish I'd, like, not missed that. Oh, man. Alright. I guess because it's, like, in totally different places. But now we're all good. So let me clean up the mess that I made here. That's all good. Come on. All right. All right. So, yeah. So the bouncing shot, what I would like for that is to sort of have it in a situation where you can either go over or under it, right? Your choice. So over is okay. Like that. Good. All right. So the next thing I want to mess with is introducing a range. So now that I finally figured that out, thank God. Yeah, my fault. I missed it. I admit that was on me. So I guess that would be in the firing weapon itself. The firing rate, or no, maybe it is on her. Hold on. Shoot on sight, shoot distance, is it character handle? Nope, okay. It has to be in the weapon then. The refire, consume per shot, time between uses. Alright, so that's, uses, please interrupt. Release use. Okay, time between uses, release interruption. All right. So what I'd like to do is actually have the time between uses be a range, right? A nice little random kind of range. So I'm gonna try and modify that. Let's see. Wait, what? Time between uses is projectile weapon, right? Projectile weapon. Close all the others. Let's see. Projectiles per shot. Speed. Random speed. Alright. Random spread, total projectiles. Spawn position, that's fine. Okay, so it's under use. Ah. Stupid subscript. Okay, There he goes. Time between uses. It's on a weapon. Okay, good. If that's it, case weapon used. Good. Okay, so I can modify this. Time between uses, low and high. So now I can set a range. That was a float, right? That better be a float. Yeah. Time between uses low. Oops. Between uses high. There. Alright, so and then defaults to 1, right? So now we should have some randomness to it. Bingo. Actually, I guess I could make that a vector 2, couldn't I? So it's just one variable. No, I guess it. No, no, I like that. The vector 2 might be a little cleaner, but I like it separated. Easier to see, so make it between 1 and 3. Oh, well, oops. Let me put the pool back up. I think I'm still at 1. Yep. Alright. 20's good. Yeah, there he goes. Good. Uh-oh. Whoa. There he goes. Good. So you see, that's what I was shooting for. It was just some variance, so that way, because, I mean, before, the balls were always in a perfect rhythmic pattern, but just with that little random offset in there, right? Every time it, it fires and it wants a new range, that value changes every time. So it adds a nice little sense of randomness to it. Whoa. Cool. Well, that was an easy modification. Alright, so good. That's some good progress there. So we got it. So now she won't shoot through walls when you're on the other side. So she doesn't have, like, $6 million man magical eye vision. Right? So that's fixed. The bouncing stuff is working nicely. Figured out the lifespan stuff, which, okay, that one is totally on me. I should have figured that one out. But, yeah, I went down the path of trying to figure out why I was colliding, and it never was, so. Oops. Yep. In hindsight, it's kind of like, yeah, you should have seen that one, dude. It's just lifespan. Alright, but it's done. So. Alright. So having said that, oops. About to drop my drink all over the place here. Alright, so now the next question mark is, do I care about the fact that that thing is gonna just like go on for forever and not realize that it's like floating off the ground? Let me explain. Just grab these guys and move them up out of the way like so. Alright, this is what I'm talking about. So the guys look like the shots are bouncing off the ground, right? Well, they're a little high, but see, they're bouncing off the air, right? So the next question is, do I care enough to address that? Let's see. Because I can have gravity introduced, but as soon as I do that, it's going to hit the ground tile and kill itself immediately. I guess I could do a raycast down, right? And see if it's worth going down if the ground is further than a certain distance. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. That'd be kind of cool. What do you think? So, projectile. If we add a raycast, this... Let me think. What WYSIWYG editor are you currently using? Do you have any experience using WordPress? I don't, although I will cue Mr. Bluescreen Gaming here in about 5 seconds, if he's around, to say that I should be using WordPress. He's been trying to get me to use it since I was there in LA in October. I'm using Xara, this bad boy. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. There you go. Xara Web Designer Premium. There you go. So, and there's the Valley Village, and then there's the mobile version. Oh, that's actually my press kit. Sorry. That is the press kit. So, that's it. It does, kind of like Corgi, it does a lot of the stuff behind the scenes for me. So, you know, I'm not sure how much I can control in terms of... I mean, I guess I could create my own JPEGs, but then I lose the transparency on the edges. And I'm sure what's happening is it's probably taking some of the stuff and converting them into PNGs on the fly. But as I was saying, these are the bad boys, right? I'm sure these guys are the biggest culprits here. I don't know if I can do any... Yeah, I could look it up, but I'm not going to chase it right now. But there you go. Xara. Xara. Just one of those things I got in part of a bundle a while back, and I mean, it works well enough. CSS does transparency pretty well. Okay, even on a JPEG image. Or are you talking about? I mean, cascading style sheets is more for text, right? Versus images. Or am I just ignorant on the subject? Totally possible. Alright, so I do want to do that. I do want this thing to have a raycast going downward. So, let me see. Oh, how about this? What if I actually had like a little one underneath it? That's not a bad idea. Okay, so let me go test weapon projectile. So we have the box collider 2D. We can have a second one, can't we? That won't really affect anything. I'll call it like projectile grounding or something like that. I wish I could actually see it in the prefab. There it is. Oh, I'm just too small. Just way out there. Okay. Turn off. I can still see it. Good. All right. So if I put like one down below here, or even like a plane. Nah. Let's see, what do we got? Composite edge. Edge isn't bad if I point it downward, right? Oh, I can't. I can't get it. Or maybe it detects both directions. I haven't played with an edge one before. Is triggers used by effector? No. Offset. Let's see. Edge radius. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's as small as that bad boy's gonna get, isn't it? Crap. Alright. So much for Edge Collider. Alright. This guy we can shrink down. Alright, so here's my thought. If I do this, and I consider this one to be like projectile grounded, and then when it's in, if it's falling, it's going downward. Let's see. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah. All right. Oh, experiment. Let's see. So what I'm thinking about doing is, so I have this little collider underneath, right? And I'm just going to have a thing where if he's not touching the ground, right, then let's just let the whole thing be drifting downward, right, like gravity. And then, so on collider exit, let's see. Yeah, okay, I'll try it that way. And we'll make this thing, oops. I'm gonna get rid of some of these over time, but right now I'm gonna just leave them as is. Projectile grounding. That makes sense. So. Oh crap, no, that's the whole thing though. I can't do that. Okay. That doesn't help. I'm thinking it's on a collider basis, but it's the object. It's per object, so that don't help. All right. I wish there's some way I could. Is trigger. I could put it on the particle system. Could try that. Let me think. I mean, it's frustrating because I want the ground terrain to have two different sort of surfaces, right? I want the top, and I mean, I know I can do that off of normal detection, but I'm trying to avoid something that complicated. No, I think I'm going to go with the raycast. I think that has to be the way it happens. Remove. Okay. So let me come back up into the script for this bad boy. Projectile. Oops. Let's see. Alright, so I need to customize some of this stuff too. So let me add some elements in here. Because right now every projectile is going to do the up and down bounce, which of course I'm not going to want that. Movement. We'll put on our movement. Can bounce equals false. All right. If can bounce, then start bouncing. All right. Yeah, I'll do a vector 2 for this one. Bounce height. Actually, I don't need a vector 2. I just need a one value because no, actually I guess I want to be able to control high and low, don't I? 0 I'll just default it to 0. No. I'll default it to a 0, 1. So at least there's some bounce in there if it's turned on. Alright, so now we go bounce up. Come on, keyboards, ignore me. Bounce height X. Y. Oops. This is from Y to X. Alright, and then I guess I should also add a feature for time. Bounce time equals half a second. Okay. Bingo. Alright, that should be all we need. So let's pop out of there. Okay, so now the shots, because I've not turned it on, so now it should not go bouncing anymore. It should just go straight. Like that. Perfect. Alright, so that first one is off the ground because she's off the ground. So I'm going to start her where she should be, at 0. So all those shots are going to be correct. Right. Boom, boom. Excuse me. Cool. Okay. So, if we come back in here, test web projectile and can bounce, and we'll change that. I think the value I had was 2.5 before. So it's nice. It's modular now. So now I can modify it. Oh, there it is. Damage owners turned off. That's what I couldn't find before. Although that was not the culprit. It was the lifespan that I was missing. There it goes. So, sweet. Nice. Boom. Alright, and then I'm going to cheat it a little lower. Hopefully without it striking the ground. Because right now it's still never making contact, as you can see. It's still a little floaty. Which, a nitpick, I know. But, let's see. Channel weapon, let's see, does 7 make it strike the ground? I don't remember. We'll try that, see what it does. No, perfect. Yeah, that looks like it's kissing the ground right there. Boom. Oh, it got hit. Nice. Alright, so the next thing I want to tackle, I made that modular now, so I can dial that up or down. Easy enough, right? If I want it to be just something insanely high and stupid and crazy, bounce height, I can make that 20.5. This is gonna just dart right off the screen. Oh yeah, it just like a rocket. Look at that, like a SpaceX rocket, just like is there for like 1 frame. Okay, good. So good. So that's all working nicely. And I even have, if I want to make it in a negative value, in this case I don't because it's going to immediately impact the ground. But if I have something else as an option, I can have that work as well. So, sweet. Clicky51 is now following. Clicky51, thanks. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going out there? Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, good. All right, so the next thing I want to play with is turning the bounce on and off if, let's see, if it's going up, I don't want that to happen anymore. If it's going down, I can let that follow, right, until it strikes the ground or something like that. Yeah, I mean, because the arc is working off of a tweening action, right, and then when it comes to the ground, actually that's full speed, so that might be okay. Alright, let me think. Let's see. Oh, so my... Oh, wait. Actually, come to think of it, hold on. I'm not thinking this through, because the collider box is up here, isn't it? So, if he's bouncing up, I'm going to have to... Wait, or is it... Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I could do something crazy. I could have a raycast, right? That goes as high as the highest height, right? And then if it finds that it's not touching ground, then it's going to start doing a free fall. Or I could just have it do a downward motion. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And then if there's... How about that? Have a raycast, and if it goes out of that range, then it just starts doing a drop and just doesn't stop. So, okay. Oh, finally popped up. It's popped up on the screen. But yeah, Clicky51, man. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You a gamer? You a developer as well? If you want to say hello, man. Introduce yourself. Either way, welcome. Okay, so what I'm trying to decide is how I want to approach this, because this is working pretty nicely, right? So we have the nice bouncing there. I like that. But, of course, it bounces off the air, right? So right now, the bounces are coming from a Dewtween. That's just doing an up and down motion, right? Which is great because, I mean, it has that nice, you know, acceleration off the ground and then that smooth out at the top, right? So now my choices are doing a raycast, right? That constantly follows the ground, and if it reaches a certain threshold, then it switches just into a free fall. Or having some kind of other way of simulating the bouncing up and down. I'm not sure which way I want to go with that. I think the raycast is probably the smartest idea. And then what it can do is the raycast can feed off of... Let me think. Projectile. Actually, there's no raycast on it currently. Oh, there is. Okay. Box collider raycast. Let me think. I don't know. Maybe I want to just revisit that later on. Let's see. Or I could get sneaky. Okay, one other thought. Now this might be a simple way to do it, but this is kind of a cool concept. So rather than doing a raycast, I could do a trigger box that just floats below it, right? And depending on the height. So if I do this, if I say... wait. No, because I already got that one there. Let's see. Thinking. I mean, that's the crazy thing about this stuff, right? There's like 5 ways to do everything. I could either do it with a constant raycast that goes down, or I could have a collider box. I could have just a stationary empty object, right, with a box collider with a trigger down below, and then it just counter animates to whatever is happening with that guy. Why is he at 10? Does that affect it? Let me see if it centers out. No? Okay, good. So I'm going to leave that at 0. Alright. How you guys doing out there? A few more people came in. How you guys doing? So, just working on a prototype for my next game. Right now, I'm just using pretty much pre-existing assets and just trying to work on some gameplay core mechanics. In a nutshell, think of an upward version of Downwell, maybe, with a little Spelunky action added in. So the idea is that you're a character that got tossed into the center of a planet in the core there, and you're just trying to climb your way up and get out and avoid all the bad things that come at you in the meantime. Target will be iOS and Android initially, but I'll be also doing desktop releases after the fact. But everything right now is just in total prototype phase, just trying to find out what mechanics are working for me. And right now I'm just working on enemy shooting, right? So I'm thinking like on the first level it's going to be sort of kind of a volcanic planet, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a lava creature that can throw chunks of lava at you. And that's kind of what I'm trying to visualize here, is like he's tossing this lava and it just kind of bounces out at you. Let's see. Yeah, and I like the perpetual bounce. I mean, it's, you know, obviously lava wouldn't do that, but I like the concept of that. Okay, so let's see. I guess I could do it off. Oh, I don't know if I'm still going back and forth between doing a raycast that constantly comes out of the bottom here, or if I just do a counter box collider down below that counter animates to the motion of that and just looks for ground. And when it no longer touches ground, then it knows it's going to be in free fall. Alright, I'm going to try it at first with a empty object and a collider attached to that. So we'll say oops, let's just put it down here. Alright, so we'll put a box collider on there, and that's a little excessively large, so 0.5. Alright, so I don't want these guys to contact. That's good. But I do, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to move him down and make him larger. Like 2. So that way he's, or 3. So that way I know he's at least initially contacting ground. Right? But not too much. So I'm going to take that back. I'm going to say 2.5. Oh no, actually 2, because right now the highest bounce I have is 2.5, and if I change that, I can tell the script to offset that later on. So let's go ahead and create a script. We'll say create C#. Projectile grounding. Alright. There we go. Oh, didn't add. There he goes. Okay. So first thing we do is get the parent in there. So we go parent. All right. So that's going to feed us our constant offset. Okay. And then he should be starting at 0. So we'll go. I'll do it as a fixed update. There's no reason for it to be like insane. Wait, why is that? Let me get a nice round number here. 1.5. There it goes. Okay. So the default is negative 1.5, right? So when the parent of this projectile is at 0, he'll be at negative 1.5. So we'll say transform local position. Oh, and let me switch that to trigger too. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'll think about that in a second. I'm thinking about if it's going to default with a colliding with the ground to begin with. Let me think about that in a second. Let me just do this first. Transfer local position is equal to new vector 3, and then X will never get moved. Y is one we care about, so negative 1.5 plus parent. Oh, projectile parent. Transform local position Y. So we do that as an additive, and then Z, of course, is going nowhere. Oh. What's that F in there? Alright, now he's happy. Okay, good. So, while the ball bounces, this collider box will just counter animate, so it should always stay in the same space, right? Okay. So, let's see. touching ground equals, I'm gonna cheat this right now, because there could be a situation where it doesn't touch the ground to begin with, but I'll figure that out in a second. I'm just gonna assume right now when he gets fired, he's already like grounded. Okay, so touching ground is true, right? And then let's go on collision to the exit. Let's see. Game object name. Say if it's equal to tile map, which I gotta do a better name than that in the future. And parentheses would be, quotes would be nice. Okay, if it's equal to tile map, that means we left the tile map and now we should go into free fall. Yes, yes. Okay. So, in theory, that sounds right. Let's see. First we look, and no errors. Good start. Control S. Let's go back out. And let's see what happens. So I'm going to let her fire at me. Whoa. Okay, that's just completely breaking it. Interesting. Alright. Oops. Alright, so let me come back to the test. Let me see. Let's see, I'm not using physics. Okay, that's all good. Projectiles. Huh. Oh, wait. I should be doing opposite, should I? Grounding. So that should actually be the negative of that. Let's see, because if it's going up, it needs to go down. So yeah, that I had that backwards. So it may have been colliding with itself there. No collision. There it goes. Okay, try that again. Alright. Okay. There it goes. Alright, so if we come over here... Crap! Alright. So, it did go along, but it didn't actually detect. Okay. Let me see if it's actually hitting some stuff here. There should be collision, right? Because the tile is not a trigger. It is an actual... Yeah, it's not a trigger. Alright, so let's check. It's actually hitting something. What do you say? Collision. Enter. Collision game object. Name. We'll say... grounded on. Good. So now we can detect if that box we have down below is actually hitting anything, which it should right from the start. So we should get a message right away. And we're not. Alright, let's try this. Start this over. Figure out where that box is. There he is. Right in the heart of that. So that's interesting. Not sure why that's not getting triggered. Let's see. Yeah? Yep. Okay. So it's doing what I want it to, but let me see if it's working off of trigger instead. I could also do. Oh wait, that's an ender. That's sorry. That needs to be 2D, doesn't it? Oh, come on. Really? You're not gonna give that to me? Jerk. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna do a on collision stay just to see if there's maybe because it's already on, so it didn't enter because it was already there at runtime. Let's find out. On collision stay 2D. Alright. I'll just put this up here, so in case that's... For some reason it's not finding the proper name, at least we'll find it, left contact. Sorry. There. Alright. So hopefully we're going to see something here, at least, for contact. Oh. This message perimeter has to be of type collision 2D. Oh, what? It is of collision 2D. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. It's saying the message parameter has to be of type collision 2D, but it says right here it's collision 2D. So it did actually occur, so fine. I'll just let that pop up at least. Nope, still coming up. Huh. Wait, did I not save? Okay, so then why message parameter has to be of type? That's peculiar. So all I'm doing is a debug log, and that's wigging it out. Unless it... Okay. That's got me perplexed a little bit. Okay, so a remarked out statement is now causing it an error. That... Alright, that makes no sense to me. How could a script that's remarked out cause an error? And it's still there. Huh. That's funky. Did I miss something above? Added you. Added stay. That's when it started getting all wigged out. So let's knock him out for a second. See if he's the culprit. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright, when I did the copy paste, I mucked that up. Okay. Stop. Got it. My fault. Actually, let me undo all this. Put this other code back in there. Alright. So, it was pointing way down there, but it should have been pointing up there. That's actually the thing it had the issue with, but we're good now. And still. Okay, interesting. Alright. So, there he is. Oh shoot, let me get me out of the way. Hide her for a second. Alright, so there's a collider box. Yeah. And there. So it should have, unless it's working off of trigger. Because, yeah, I got nothing that popped up here in any of this. So, I thought it was what it made contact with, not that it was a trigger itself, but, Alright, we'll try it this way. Maybe because it's already contacting it? One thing, let me try this. Like that. Okay. Nope. Okay. In that case, maybe we'll just try his trigger. Done. Okay. See if that gets us anything. Nope. Alright. I don't know if it's because it's getting dragged and it's a child. But it just does not want to do any kind of detection there. Huh. Let's see. Let's turn off use by effector. Okay. Maybe because I was on by default. Ooh. Let's see. Not so much. Still nothing. Okay. Nope. Dead end. To the effector on this game. Okay. No. Alright, I guess I have to work on another approach. So my guess is because he's getting dragged along, it's not detecting. Because we have that, that should be working nicely. Okay, what if I just turn off is trigger? Nope, still nothing. Alright, I'll have to think about it for a second. Alright, I'm going to do a quick restroom break and then come right back. Hang tight, guys. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, guys. I'm back. Okay, so I think I have an approach. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to lose this. That goes away. Alright, so what I'm going to do is rather than have him do that bounce right off the start, which, let me go ahead and kill that script. That's going to be useless now, so he dies. Alright, so what we have now is the pre-baked in bouncing right from the start, right? Bounce, bounce. Right? Okay, so here's my thought. We'll make it so he starts falling in the beginning. And then when he hits the ground, he won't die, of course, because it defeats the purpose. But we'll check the contact. And if it's like right below us, we'll check the normal. Excuse me. Then he'll actually go into a bounce move, right? If the normal is not straight below us, then we can just determine the fact that it's hit a wall or a ceiling, and then it can die. Excuse me. And that's only going to work on the ground tile, too. The platform's layer. So, which is, what is it? That's layer 8. Okay, that's going to be my approach. So, let's come back here. I think this will work. It's just a pain in the butt to try and figure out the normal stuff. I haven't messed with that too much, but I'm sure I can figure it out here. Alright. So let's bust out the old projectile. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll say, break cast, initial speed, spawn, movement. We'll say falling. Ugh. Alright. So we'll introduce a variable called falling. And if that's true, then he's going to just go into a constant fall. Alright, now it's down virtual. Okay, so is that the only place I do that? Yeah, that is. Okay. Balance value. Just call it falling value. Alright, so we have falling value. That's legit now. So let's see. So we do it this way. Knock that out and say if falling, then I guess I should make this falling. I'll make that falling speed. Oh, you know what? I'll leave that. Let's see, falling speed, falling value. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Falling speed traditionally will equal 0. Alright. I'm going to switch this to, oh man, I'm going to keep that consistent. Bounce value, falling value. Sorry, I'm kind of ping-ponging to my naming conventions here, but... No, we'll do it this way. How about this? Falling value is equal to whatever. We'll say it's equal to -1. We can adjust that. If not falling, then falling value is equal to 0. Done. Simple. Clean. Okay, good. So, I say that's... Oh, that's going to be -0.1. I thought it was going to be insane. Alright, so we don't have an collision enter yet. That's interesting. Alright, make sure I got this working correctly. Alright. Save. So what I'm trying to do now is just add some gravitational pull onto it, right? That will happen frame by frame. Based on delta. Yes, that's correct. And then if it strikes the ground, then it's going to see if it's actually striking down, and then it'll bounce. But right now I just want to see if I got this working correctly. So all I want now is for it just to hit the ground. Or give me an error. Oops, what does it hate? Oh. Yep, forgot the little F. Yeah, I got an F for it. Okay. Move that out of the way. Okay. So what I'm hoping is that I get a message right away. Not so much. Okay, how about on stay? On collision enter, on collision stay. Let's try that. Oh, of course, I didn't turn on gravity, did I? I didn't turn on falling. Idiot. Let's try that again. So of course it never struck it because I didn't tell it to fall down. So yes, falling is on, right? And don't I have a falling height in there? I guess I hard-coded that. Yeah. Did I? There it is. Oh, it's protected. Okay. That's why. You don't do it this way. There. Alright, so now it should pop up, and we'll see if -0.1 is okay. Alright, now we should actually get some stuff popping up in the old console here. Or maybe not. Really? Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's get her off the ground. Because definitely striking because it's disappearing. So okay, but it's not dropping. Interesting. The plot thickens. So we're falling, unless it's just not falling fast enough. All right, let me switch this out. I'll just make this a float, public float. So I can get at this puppy. All right, so now we're just gonna go nuts. I'm gonna just put this at -1. Excuse me. So if we're not falling, that drops to 0, but it should. So alright, let's get out of that and in here. So he is falling. Falling value is -0.1. Oh, really? Alright. Alright, so how am I getting a -0.1 value when I have it as -1 there? I'm going to group them up here with my other falling stuff. So it's -1 there, right? And he's a -1 here, but then it switched it to a -0.1 when I actually ran it. ¿Por qué? Yeah, so -1. Now he fires. And it is set to -0.1. What is up with that? How's that even possible? What the heck? I mean, it's like it's not even saving the change or not recognizing it when it runs. I am at a loss to understand that. So yeah, there's the only places that it's getting touched, right? It's falling value equals -1, right? If we're not falling, then just drop it to 0, which we are, so that's not an issue. And then we just add it here, but we're not changing the falling value. All right, I'm at a loss to understand that. So we are falling. But then, yet, that's still a -1 value. Even having said that, I don't know if it's even moving it, though. Let me get me out of the way. You go away. Alright. Nope, it ain't moving. That's peculiar. Okay, I'm just gonna go nuts on this. Times 50. Just insane value, just so I can see that it's actually having some effect here. Then I'll figure out why it keeps overriding my value. Yeah? Okay, it did something there. And it hit. Okay. Alright, so let me just try and do this. -1. Alright, so that had an effect, so at least we know that's doing something, but why? And none of these are actually triggering. Trigger stay. Okay. All right. So something here should be firing. I mean, you can see it has an effect, right? It actually did stop. So hopefully we get some message popping up here. And nothing. What is up with that? Well, it hits me okay. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Just pause. Get her out of the way. This is so peculiar. Even the rigid body, I mean, with the bounce, it was actually doing okay. So, let's see. Maybe the can bounce is fighting it. Let me try that. Okay. Nope, still no effect. What is up with this? Alright, so let me backtrack, make sure I didn't just outright break all this stuff. So it can bounce, not falling. So then it should just go back to the ping-ponging bouncing that I had before, right? If not, now I'm gonna... No? Okay, now I'm really pissed. Oh, wait. That's because... Here. There. Alright, let me turn that back on. Alright, so we got that working again, but... Alright, so that is definitely functioning fine, but what I don't understand is why the gravity's having no effect. So what, let's do it this way. There. Alright, oh, let me switch. So let me put it back. So, can't bounce. You are falling. Alright. And yet it doesn't. Though it did look like it actually hit. Huh. Let's see, she's going right to begin with, isn't she? No, she's going left. Alright. So, let me make sure she's not... There. Nope. Well, she's dropping. So that works. We just can't get her projectile to drop, even though it should. Let's see. -5. Start transform bounce value. So that's bizarre. So I mean, the bounce value does work, but when I try and do a falling value, oh, because it's an additive. Oh, you idiot. Let's see. Okay. I got it now. Because I'm applying this a consistent value, and it needs to be an additive that builds up over time. There it is. So, let me put that back to -1 float. Let's see. Falling. Okay, so falling value I'll leave the same. So falling amount equals -1, right? 0.1, because that's gonna be insane. If I do 1, it's gonna be too much. Falling value. See, how do I want to do this? So on enable, on disable. Okay, we'll do this. Do as an enumerator. Wait, enumerator? There's 5 ways to say that word, and I just did none of them. Enumerator. Do fall. Let's see. Let me say while falling, add this crap to it. Falling amount. There. So now the falling value is actually changing over time. I forgot, it was not something where it's an additive that gets put to it every time. It's just a set value. So I need that set value to actually increase over time. That's why it wasn't having any effect. So we say if falling, now we're cooking. This is going to work. So if we're falling, he goes down here. Ah, I missed. All right. Otherwise, so if we are doing falling, then we start the coroutine. Oh, let me do this instead of null. You'll return new wait for fixed update. So we just do it once a frame, so it doesn't go nuts. All right, that should be good. Wait. What is it? Oh. Now you happy? Yeah, now you're happy. Okay. So, coming back here, let's check this out. Make sure I got it set correctly. So he is falling. We turn off can't bounce. Can bounce. Alright, so let's see what this does now. Hit Control S. Haven't done that in a while. Boom! Finally! Now we're cooking. Good. I put this ground back in there. So actually that wasn't even a terrible amount of fall rate. That was actually pretty good. It just shoots right through there. Interesting. Huh. I don't know why it's going all the way down there. That's peculiar. Oh. To fall. Okay, that's why. So on enable, I need to reset this every time. That's why. That's why it was like way down there. Falling amount equals 0. There. So now, instead of appearing down here on this, the multiple iterations, it should... Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. So, falling... Oh, I did the wrong thing. I reset the wrong value, didn't I? Idiot. Falling value needs to get reset, not the falling amount. Me and my well-phrased variables. Doofus. Alright, so now this is going to work. It's going to hit, and each one is going to keep going into the ground right there. Bounce. Just like that. Perfect. Alright, so now we got that working. Now what I'm going to do is, because he can bounce, right? Let's see. I want to turn that off so it's not automatic. Alright. So when he strikes, and we did see it, we entered tile map. Bingo! Now we're golden. Sweet. Oh, it is trigger. Strangely enough, it is trigger. Although the tile, I guess the trigger is because the collider is the trigger. Huh. Okay, anyways. We're good. So we go if... Oh, I need to supersede that, though, don't I? Crap. Because damage on touch is going to fight me on this. And that's a separate script. So I got to figure out how to supersede the damage on touch. Let's see. Okay, I didn't think about that. Trigger, enter. Alright, so what I need to do is take off the platform stuff. And then I'll figure out some way to sort of toggle that, trigger that, if it is a legitimate hit. But in this case, we just wanted to bounce. So, if... Okay. Okay, so think. How are we gonna do this? So, yeah, we'll just do the one. I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so if can bounce. Oops. Bounce up. Sweet. Alright, this might actually come together. Excuse me. Why do you hate that? Why is it complaining? Okay. What, you don't like that? No, it doesn't like something else. Okay, you're just being a jerk, aren't you? Alright. There must be something else I'm missing here. Alright, I'll figure it out in a second. So we say, falling equals false, bounce up. Yes. Alright, so why do you hate this? Oh, because that a mystery character down there. Below it. That makes sense. Alright, so when he hits the ground, he should bounce up. And now that we turned off the collider for that. Oh, crap. No, but yeah, it should still detect it. So, let's see. Let's see if it bounces. Not so much. Oops. Oh, we gotta reset the value, don't we? Falling value equals 0. Alright. If falling. Good. Alright, so that's it. I just forgot to reset that value, so it just kept on applying it in an added fashion, I guess. It can bounce. Or do I have that turned off? Oh, shoot. That's probably it. Where is it? The projectile. Can bounce. That's why I didn't have can bounce turned on. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So now, please bounce. Please bounce. Yes! Okay, good. So, that's doing the one bounce. That's awesome. Okay, so then what we do is when he does the bounce down, when he finishes it, right now, when bounce down just automatically goes back into the bounce up. But what we'll do is we'll just turn falling back on again. All right. So instead of bounce up, we'll say keep falling. Or resume falling? Keep falling. I like keep falling. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's right. So if we go keep falling, so then we say falling equals true again. And that should be enough. That should be enough to kick it back to life and go back into falling mode again. I think. So let's just tell it. Come on, baby. Come on. Nope. Oh, I gotta. That's right, because I gotta redo the falling again, don't I? I gotta reinitialize that coroutine. That would do it. All right, try this again. Yeah. Okay. Not perfect. A little bit of a stutter step there. Okay, so it's a little slower than the actual down is. So we gotta make the gravity a little stronger on that. So, falling amount. Let's bounce up to 2.5. Excuse me. It's close though. Nice. Uh-oh. It worked and then not so much. Oh, because when they got it, maybe when they got hit and disabled, it lost that setting. Alright, so one thing I want to check is, I see this is flashed at the bottom of the screen. I'm trying to see if the first one just gets launched into the stratosphere. Let's see if that's the second one. No, that's the first one. So I'm not sure what's going on in the beginning there. Let me start with the pause. Alright. Oh no. Okay, it's just some kind of weird glitch because it's behaving like it should, exactly. I see something down here. Yeah, see that? There's like some freak out thing right there. I'll have to figure that out at some point, but I'm still happy that this is kind of working. Alright. So, let's go. And then, so on enable, we need to like reinitialize. Okay, it should work again. And falling. Okay, oh, how about this? Can bounce, and we need a can fall. So that's how we separate it, because right now, the falling is doing double duty of it's allowed to, and it's doing it at that moment, which is a bad choice on my part, so. So, can fall. And then falling indicates if he's doing it that moment. That's better. That's gonna work. If can fall. Yeah. Good. Perfect. So if he can fall, then tell him to initialize it again. That's why it was not getting reinitialized on the next go around, I think. And let's see, disable. That should be all good. All right. Take another stab at it. Oh. Oh, wait. I forgot. I got to set it. I changed the way it worked, and then I didn't actually activate it again. That would help. Can fall. So falling doesn't really matter for me now. I don't need that to actually be public anymore because that's not me setting it anymore. So come back up here. Okay. Boom, boom. Falling amount. Falling value. Yep, that's all good. Ah, got hit. That's kind of cool. Looks like he's throwing it into the ground. Boost. Yep. Nice. Okay, this is starting to come together. I like this. This is kind of cool. I mean, so just imagine like a big old thing of lava, right? That's what I'm envisioning. The little lava monster just throws big old chunks of lava at you. Boost. Yep. And then, of course, what I need to do is that it's not... I need to set it up where it detects when it hits the sidewall, right? Then it actually dies. Because right now, it's completely invulnerable to all terrain, which is not what I want. Just when it's hitting straight down. Alright, I want to see what it does when it goes down there. Boom. Oh, wow, it really pops up. Okay, that was not good. Let's see. Okay, so what I saw there is when it does that big free fall and it strikes down here, right? And then it kind of jumps up. So let me make sure that I got this. Falling value, bounce up. So, oh, you know what? Okay, I don't need to, like, actually do that. I don't need to reset the value. Because that's what's causing that offset, right? Falling value just has that one value. So that's actually good. So that's why, because we're setting the value to 0 when it did that long free fall and it struck here, and I started to do the bounce up, that free fall, falling value went to 0, so then it popped up. So now, when it does that long fall to the ground, it should just do an... Oh, shoot. That ain't pretty. Okay. Let's see. Huh. Alright. That's peculiar. Alright. So that breaks it. So I do need that to be zeroed out there. But I need some way... Crap. Yeah, see that? That's what I'm looking at. Okay. I'll look at it one more time here. Oh, you jerk. Of course, you, like, totally mess up the bounce. Just to spite me. Alright, there's two good ones. And I totally screwed up. Now you're just hosing me. Ah, Okay, there's a little bit there, but I still want it to go all the way down to the ground, so you can see. It's when it hits the bottom spot down here that it does that pop-up. Oh, wow, it did a pop-up there too, didn't it? Boom. See that jump right there. All right. So I got to figure that out. All right. All right, home stretch. I'm going to do one more restroom break and finish up for today. But hang tight, guys. I'll be back in just a second. Okay. So I got to figure out if it's the bounce up that's causing that offset or if it's the falling value. So it's when it's switching back. Obviously because that's at 0. So if it can't bounce, that's good. So alright, let me go there. Push action -1, float. Alright, so he's not the culprit. Okay, so if we do bounce down. Alright, so keep falling. Maybe if we reset it there? Let me try that. Nope, it's just jumping like crazy. Okay. Starting Y, bounce value. Alright, let me see if I can make that be visible. Alright. So when I reset it, it freaks it out on the reshoot. So I gotta figure out which way to go with this stupid thing. Let me come out of here. Sorry. Itchy nose. Alright, so falling value. Oops. Pause. Wait. Wait. No, I don't care about damage to touch. I just care about that. Falling value. Alright, so he's at negative 3.45. He's going to impact right there. Alright, so I definitely need that value there. So... so that's correct. Unenable, I'll need that way. Falling value 0 either way, so that doesn't really matter. Oh shoot. Really? All right. So it's when we actually hit. We say falling. Okay. So that's when we need to take out. Okay. I know that breaks something else, but I gotta figure it out. Yeah, right there. What the hell? Alright. So maybe it's the gravity that's pulling it too far down. That's freaking it out. I'll tell you what, I'll cheat both of us up here. Pause. Play. Then I can see it free fall better. No? Whoa. What the hell? I thought I had that working. What the hell? Why does it go all the way up there? Oh, it's local transformation? Alright. Okay, tell you what. Let's come out a different direction. Okay. So we... Oh, starting Y. Let's just jettison starting Y. Unable. Okay, so starting Y gets set there. So I think I can just completely remove that. And just let the bounce value and the falling value drive the Y. Let's see if I'm right on that. So I think it's a starting value that's mucking us up. Yeah. Huh. Weird. So it wants to start. Okay, so 7. Alright, I gotta figure out the starting value. Why? So I'm not sure when I have her up the ground, way up in the air, right? And that the shot just like pops down below instantly. I don't know if that's because of the starting Y value or the gravity that's confusing the crap out of it. I'm not sure which one is breaking it there. So let's get this not here on enable, but like when we first start up with the wake. After, let's see. Let's see. Transform local scale. Crap. I'll try it up here. Obviously, because when it reinitializes, it does on enable for like the second time is when it gets all screwy. Alright, that's just crap. Okay. No. Wow. Alright, now we've completely broken it. Alright, this is where we backtrack. Alright. That's weird because, yeah, you can see it is trying to throw it way down there. So it's something to do with an initial transformation that's just really freaking it out. Crap. Alright, so I'm going to have to work on that. I mean, obviously I'm getting the benefit of her being at basically, well, not a 0, but close to it, which is skewing the numbers. So I have to rethink how it actually generates it and then adds the stuff to it as it goes along, so I can do it properly. But it's close. I mean, it's not that far off. I mean, it's for the most part it's behaving. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, all I have to do is figure out when it strikes why it's going up insanely high like that, but I don't think it has to do with the fact that she's down there, because, I mean, real quick, if I do this, throw up a new layer right here, and I grab both of us, and drag us both up here, like so, we should still be working nicely. Yeah. It's freaking out because it's striking the crap out of everything, but yeah. Okay. Get rid of that again. Where are you? -1 and you're at 0. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's still a ton of headway though. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I got lots of fun things happening there. So what I'll need to do is get the bounce stuff working correctly, right? Obviously, I need that to behave the way I want it to. And then once I actually have that in play, then I need to determine when it strikes the ground, if it's going straight down, then the bouncing ball can keep bouncing. Otherwise, it needs to destroy itself. But, yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll detect if it's a can bounce, then striking the ground gives it a chance to live. If it's, if it's not can bounce, then it'll just die immediately. Alright. Don't need this anymore, because we know this is working. Actually, I'll just purge it. That's good. I think I can wrap it up there. We're at coming up on 4:30. That's pretty good. 3.5 hours. Oops. Whoa, she's totally freaking out on me. My keyboard's going goofy there again. I need to get myself a new KVM big time. Okay. But yeah, I mean, they don't disappear anymore. They don't have the weird mystery jumps anymore. I got the bounce. I got gravity kind of working. Still got to fix it, but there's the basics of the gravity effect. Whoa. Yeah. Awesome. I think that's a good cutoff point right there. Something we start on next. Alright. So, unless there's something else exciting for you guys, I think I will call it a day right there. And let's see. Got anything else? No, I think I'll do it. I think that's good. I'll do my obligatory plugs. So, as I love to say, if you guys want to give me a shout outside of the stream, you can always reach me on my Discord. There is my Discord channel, so feel free to join me over there. I'm always available online there, so if you want to give me a shout, there I am. If you want to talk games, movies, whatever, I'm there. Let's go. There's my webpage if you want to check out some of the other games that I got. Excuse me. As you see above, why did I get purse? Oh, because I went away. Okay. Excuse me. For those of you that have been hanging around, you know that originally Volley Village was scheduled to release this Friday. Excuse me. But as I was talking about earlier in the broadcast today, due to some server stuff that, a glitch I found and thought I'd fixed and turned out did not get fixed, which I think at this point is in fine shape, but because I'm literally 2 days out, I don't think I can rush it in time to get Apple to approve it. So, just to err on the side of caution, I was going to give it 1 week until I realized next Friday would be the tail end of Game Developer Conference, which is not the time you want to try and get people to talk about your game when they're already talking about 4 million other games, and they're too busy and not going to look at anything. So, having said that, I pushed it 2 weeks, which unfortunately is overkill, but better to play it safe and not disappear in the giant sea that is known as GDC. And give me a little more time. Also buy me a little more time to try and talk to some reviewers and influencers and see if I can get some guys to talk about it. But in the meantime, if you guys want to check it out yourself, let's see. Oops. Let me get this. So yeah, I still have the Android beta version is up there. I haven't updated it lately, so it's a little outdated. But for the most part, it's actually fine. Most of them are just some minor bug fixes. You can still play the game pretty well. And right now, if we come over here to iOS side, yeah, it's updated now. There you go. There is the link for pre-ordering. Pre-ordering a free game. Come on, why not? It costs you nothing. It's a free game, but yeah, it'd be awesome if you have any interest in the Volley Village game. Which, here, I'll do a shameless plug. Feel free to head over there. And, so, yeah. I'll fire this up while I'm doing this. So, this is Volley Village. Iowa is sort of a Angry Birds meets Battleship. It's an online multiplayer, free-to-play game. Cross-platform, doesn't matter if you're an iOS, Android, PC, or Mac. You'll be able to play anyone, which is kind of slick. And it's real-time. That's the interesting thing. It looks like Tower Defense, except for the fact that you guys are playing in real-time. So it's much more frantic than that. And you're controlling the action, which I think is a little more interesting. You know, you're controlling your shots, right? You know, like Angry Birds. So those are nice touches. You get little power-ups. The speed up allows you to make your guys go twice as fast. They rebuild faster. Fog Bank is a fun one. Boom. Building's covered in fog. Now you're just pretty much shooting randomly. And then Spell Power-up is nice. It knocks out your opponents. Puts them to sleep for 10 seconds. It's a nice little advantage. You got different villagers you can unlock. It's actually cosmetic. It really doesn't affect gameplay basically at all. It's just much more of a cosmetic thing. But just gives you something to play with, you know, to personalize the game. You got 1 player, 2 player, local, and then you can go online, either with a random match or you can challenge a friend. So, that's the gist of it, and as I said, cross-platform, so tons of different ways to play it, doesn't matter what device you're on. Initially, it's going to be iOS and Android, but I am going to swing back, and as you see down there, coming soon to Steam. So I will be doing a release for PC and Mac on Steam, and it'll be free to play as well, with just some in-app purchase stuff. You play games for coins if you run out of coins, right? If you're like me, you watch a video, right? Get more free coins, or you can buy them. So that's it. If you want to give it a check. Oh, I need to update that, don't I? Crap. Sorry about that. But I think that'll do it. That was a good run. That was a lot of good headway today. So let me just say once again, thank you everyone for joining me. Thanks for all the chat. It was nice to hear from you guys. And, you know, special thanks to Andrew for also giving me some tech advice because, God, I need it. You know, quasi-programmer at best. Untrained, unreliable. That's me. But yeah, Andrew, thanks again for the help, buddy. That was, that helped get some sticky stuff cleaned up for me. But that'll do it, guys. I'll be back on Friday. Same time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, wherever that is for you. Come on and join me. Otherwise, just come shout at me at Discord. You can always reach me there. And that's it, guys. That's it. I hope you guys can join me on Friday. If not, I will see you sometime in the future. Until then, you guys take care, all right? Adios.